Also today, President Trump attending a major hearing in his federal election interference case.
With less than a week until the Iowa caucuses, the GOP frontrunner heading to Washington to try to dismiss the case, arguing he is entitled to presidential immunity. Federal prosecutors insist Mr. Trump's efforts to overturn the 2020 election were not part of his official presidential duties. Our Tom Dempsey is live in Washington, where the president is expected to walk into federal court today. And Tom, we know the former president is a fighter.
Yeah, that's right, Nick. Good morning. In just a few hours, former President Donald Trump will be inside this courthouse behind me for this hearing today. It all revolves around whether or not Mr. Trump can be granted what's known as presidential immunity, which, if granted, that would derail one of the federal investigations against him. This hearing today all ties back to the federal investigation involving allegations against Mr. Trump that he took part in an alleged criminal scheme to overturn the 2020 presidential election results. Mr. Trump's own legal team says the allegations against him all took place while Mr. Trump was in office, and his decisions to question the 2020 election results took place within his duty as president. The attorneys also bring up how Congress acquitted Mr. Trump in the impeachment trial related to January 6th. Judge Tanya Chutkan, who will oversee this trial, rejected that argument, though, with the special counsel saying a president can indeed be prosecuted for an illegal act to remain in power. The former president posted about showing up for today's hearing, writing on social media, quote, "Of course, I was entitled as president of the United States and commander-in-chief to immunity. I wasn't campaigning. The election was long over. I was looking for voter fraud." He also accused President Joe Biden of weaponizing the Department of Justice. But during a speech in South Carolina on Monday, President Joe Biden once again took aim for President Trump's actions on January 6th. Take a listen.
For hours, the defeated former president sat in the private dining room off of the Oval Office and did nothing, absolutely nothing. His actions were among the worst derelictions of duty by any president in American history.
Now, the hearing today kicks off around 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time with the U.S. Court of Appeals here in D.C. A three-judge panel will hear the case. Both sides will present oral arguments, followed by a question-and-answer period with the legal teams. It's important to note that whatever side loses this hearing today and this decision today coming down, likely to appeal this case all the way up to the U.S. Supreme Court. And until that happens, that federal trial involving those election claims against Mr. Trump, that will be put on hold. It's slated to begin around in early March, but it's on hold until this appeals process plays out.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.